Hey Outcasts! This is Alisa Mikara, and today we're going back to a very specific era of Filipino internet culture, the late 2000s to early 2010s. I just find it interesting and honestly a bit sad how something that used to be a form of self-expression is now mostly remembered as a joke or an insult. Before we start, a quick disclaimer for my non-Filipino viewers. Jejemon is a uniquely Filipino subculture that blew up in the late 2000s and early 2010s. Think of it as our own local mix of emo, scene, and swag culture. It had its own fashion, slang, posting style, and vibe that grew out of our early internet days. Well, back then, Jejemon wasn't originally meant to be an insult. It was a label for a youth subculture in the Philippines that thrived during the early internet era. And nope, it wasn't just about typing like this or using alternate capital letters. It also had a whole aesthetic. Think emo and scene influences mixed with a bit swag culture. Side-swept bangs, layered outfits, colorful accessories, oversized shirts, skinny jeans showing its expressive energy. Like many youth subcultures around the world, it was about identity, about belonging, about experimenting with how you present yourself when you're still figuring out who you are. Somewhere along the way, things shifted. Social media started using Jejemon as a punchline, like memes, jokes, and stereotypes took over the meaning, and instead of being seen as a cultural moment, it became shorthand for something cringe or badoo. And that's where it gets a little disappointing for me. Because if you really look at it, every generation has its own Jejemons. Every era has young people expressing themselves in ways older people don't always understand at first. What changed wasn't just the culture, it was the way we choose to remember it. So maybe instead of using Jejemon as an insult, we can see it for what it really was. A messy, loud, very early internet Filipino subculture that tried to express identity in its own way. And honestly, that deserves a little more respect than ridicule. Because whether we laugh at it now or not, it's part of our digital history, our youth culture, and our shared experience growing up online in the Philippines. And maybe it's time we stop treating it like a joke and start recognizing it as one of the uniquely Filipino subcultures that we can embrace and probably share with the world. Anyway, those are just my thoughts. Well, thanks for hanging out and letting me rant a bit, and remember, it was never a phase. See ya!